Hi everyone, welcome back to DGTV. My name's Ross and it's an absolute pleasure to have you along. Well, when you've got a bouquet of wedges in your hand, such as this, well, it can only mean one thing. The team at Titleist and Bob Vokey have released a new family of wedges. Yes, it's the SM9. There is a lot of options in the SM9 family. I've got some of them here. My job today is to help you understand some of the key updates on the SM9 from the SM8 and why you should consider getting fit for your wedges. Well, the SM9 might be one you want to have a look at. Let's understand a little bit more about the SM9 family from Bob Vokey and the team at Titleist. Thanks for joining us. Let's dive into the Titleist SM9 update. Bob Vokey works with some of the best professional staff players on tours all around the world to get feedback week by week, month by month, that goes back into the development of every new Titleist Vokey wedge family year in, year out. One of the things that we love about the SM9 family is it really does offer a category of wedge for every possible option that you could really consider. What does that mean? Various lofts. There are lofts between 46 degrees of loft and 62. So across that range of lofts, there is a loft category to suit your bag. What makes the SM9 so special? Really, they've been developed with three key pillars in mind. That's shot versatility. Absolutely important for Bob Vokey and the professional staffers to have a degree of shot versatility built into the design construct of every SM9. Distance and trajectory control. Absolutely critical for the best players in the world, but equally critical for us. We need to understand distance and trajectory control if we're going to maximize our short game precision. So the best players in the world demand it. There's no reason why we can't experience and work towards that as well. And also spin. We know spin mill technology. We know that term that's been around the Vokey wedge family for years. Well, they keep refining, improving, and giving us more access to spin, but they really do refine the processes to give us the most spin off the grooves on the face every time. So let's talk about shot versatility and understand how the best players in the world demand shot versatility and what that looks like in a family of Vokey wedges. Well, the reason I've got so many in my hand is really because this represents the 6 grinds that are available. 6 grinds, so it's the shape of the sole here. We've got bounce and we've got grind. Two different factors to understand when you're getting fit. The bounce relates to your forgiveness. You heard that terminology, it's talked about a lot. Bounce is your forgiveness in a wedge. And depending on a number of factors, your swing type, the shots that you need to make to score the best, and also the conditions that you play in and on. Play in, are you playing in wetter conditions more often? Are you playing in softer conditions more often? Is the ground underneath firmer? I'm here at Spring Valley Golf Club. The grass, the cooch here is fairly tight, so that demands a different type of versatility, bounce and grind for the type of player that plays their golf around this area. So really there's 6 different bounces and grinds, really important to understand. Let's go through them in no particular order. So we've got K grind. This is a 60-degree K. Adam Scott used the K grind to win the Masters. We've got F grind, so you'll find that on the gap wedges and the sand wedges. This is a 56-14 F grind, full grind. We've got M grind, a really popular grind, especially in the Melbourne Sandbelt. But if you're in Queensland, you might need this. If you're in South Australia, Western Australia, you might have a condition where you need an M grind. What else have we got here? We've got D grind. Now the D grind, and this one's a 58-12, 54-10S, and a 60 L grind. So a low bounce option out of that sperm sand. You might play in that type of condition, or you might have a swing type that doesn't take a big divot and doesn't need a lot of turf or bounce interaction. Well, you've got a low bounce there. So really, the purpose of me going through those is to help you understand that there really is a huge variety of bounce and sole grind options to help you with that shot versatility. Well, the best players in the world want almost that lower shot trajectory. I know it's counterintuitive in the thinking. Now, Vokey tells us that the best optimized spin out of their wedge comes from when you strike it on the face between groove 2, that's groove 1 at the bottom, 2 there, and groove 5. A shot struck between groove 2 and 5 will give you the optimum spin. So it's not going to shoot up too high, it's not going to come out too low, it's going to come out with that nice penetrating trajectory, but most importantly, that is going to give the player the most spin. The other part of that helps give that groove 2 and 5 the best access to spin is where the CG is placed. Now, Vokey has a system where it's got a forward floating variable CG. Forward floating, what's that? The CG is actually forward of the face. It sits around here where I'm pointing there. It's hard to see, hard to articulate, but it sits forward of the face and it's progressive, so it moves up the face. So as the club gets more lofted, the CG moves higher. The new feature in the SM9, those more lofted clubs, it gets a little thicker at the top here, a little bit more weight, the CG moves a little higher. Once again, goes back to helping the best players keep that trajectory under control, out of the wind, under the extraneous conditions that they can't control, and in the areas that they can control. And it also helps with the squaring of the club face. Their spinning struck shots come with that square, nice, precisely struck shot as the club releases down through. So that is the distance and trajectory control. The other is that spin control, maximizing the spin across the variety of lofts. How do we do that? Well, as I said, precision spin mill grooves. The technology that Vokey puts into refining that process, spin milling those grooves to the absolute nth degree of tolerance within the rules of golf, and then the checking that goes in behind that. Every club that comes off the line is 100% inspected for tolerance. The lower lofted clubs, the 46 to 54, well, their grooves are a little closer together and a little deeper. And then the higher lofted clubs, the grooves are a little wider apart and a little shallower. That's the way it's been designed to give those clubs the best access to spin when they give that perfect strike on a ball. But in addition, they've introduced micro grooves. So micro grooves in between the mill groove technology. So we've got micro grooves in the face, once again, adding another layer of spin control, shot control, trajectory and distance control, and also spin. That's how we do it. But the other key elements of the new SM9, yeah, you can see this one here. This is the brushed steel. This one's the raw black, and the other one here, tour chrome. Three popular choices. Why are there three? Well, that's what the tour staff demand. Some players prefer the tour chrome. Some players like a little bit different color, a little bit duller look behind the ball of the tour brushed steel. And some players like that dull black raw finish. Raw finish, it's unplated, so it is going to age, it is going to patina. There is a sticker on here that says this is designed to rust, so that's what a raw finish does do, and this black one really does set up well behind the ball. You'll have a preference, I have a preference. There are three different color grades, color choices in here that you can choose from. The other choices that you have, which are really important to consider when you're getting fit, if you're getting fit for a full set of Titleist and Vokey wedges at the same time, well, talk to your fitting staff about shaft options. Length is important to consider when getting fit. Grip size is important to consider when getting fit, and also lie angles. So when you come in and get fit for a set of SM9s, that's what you'll be talking about. If this video has helped you understand a little bit more about the SM9 family, that's great. It's been my pleasure to have you here. If you want to hear a little bit more behind the scenes, I did a video interview with Corey Gerard. Now, Corey Gerard is an Australian that's a director of Vokey Wedges. The link to that video is below. Really do appreciate you tuning into the videos, appreciate the support. Check out the new SM9s. I'm down here at Spring Valley going to have a chip pitch and a practice with this new exciting wedge family from Vokey. Until then, play well, score lower, and enjoy your golf. We'll see you next time.